Hi, I'm Margie from Marjorie's Candies, and again today we are going to cook something really good. So what I'm doing here is we're going to make candied apples. It's getting almost to be that time of the year, and we just made a sweet potato pie. And so what I've done here with the candied apples is I bought small apples, and actually if you buy the bags of apples, you'll find a little smaller apple than the very, very large apple that they have just on the produce shelf. They're very large. But you can get smaller apples here, and that's nice. Okay, so that's what I'm using. You wash them, and you dry them, and you take out the stem, okay? And then you take a stick, and you're going to just push that into the apple, okay? Try to make it so it's straight in there, just like that, okay? Very simple. And I have in this pot a half a cup of water that's hot, and then I'm going to add to that, I'm going to dissolve some corn syrup. This is 1 cup of corn syrup, and I'll give that a little scrape. Okay. And then give it a stir. Then I have 2 cups of sugar here, and I'm going to pour the sugar in, being careful not to get it on the sides of the pan. Okay. And just, when you're making candy, just be very careful. If you pour the sugar in very carefully, then when you stir it, you're not going to get sugar crystals up on the side of the pot. Then you don't have to cover it and wash it down and do all those things. Okay, so now we're going to heat this up. Okay, now the sugar has reached 250. Now at this point, if you want to be very traditional, you can add, this is a half a cup of cinnamon red hots to it, which will add the color and the cinnamony flavor, and that will give you traditional flavor. Okay, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little strawberry flavor, and a little strawberry oil, and a little bit of red food coloring right at the end when it reaches 285, because that's after you put these in, you would cook it up to they would melt into the sugar, and you still bring it up to 285, the hard cracks. Okay, so I'm going to watch that, and right now it's at 30, 40, 50, it's almost up to 260, and we'll be back. I have just taken the thermometer out, and I'm going to add a little bit of food coloring. I always put it into a little cap because I'm not sure how much I'm going to need, and if I pour it right straight out from the, I just put a few drops in, give it a stir. And you can put a little bit of, with my strawberry, you can pretty much pour it. This is strawberry oil. They're Loran oils, and you can get all different flavors. Sometimes the drugstores have them. Okay, I'm just going to put a few drops of strawberry in, okay? Give it a little bit of a flavor, and it's going to be hard to really taste because everything is too hot. But that's okay. I'm pretty sure just about 4 drops of oil is going to be good. I'll put 1 in for good luck. Okay, and a couple more. Okay, so that looks good. Since it's strawberry, we can even add a teeny bit more color. Okay, it's not, you can see that on your spoon. Looks pretty. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to just, I think I should put a little more red in that, Mike. What do you think? A little bit more?
A little bit.
A little bit more, so be careful. Don't go crazy. So you can always pour this back into your container. We'll just put a little bit of strawberry. I don't like to make things too red with strawberry, but these are candy apples, so you want them to be red. I mean, strawberry is not really a red color, where cherry might be. Okay. That's a little better, I think. Okay. That look good, Michael, or a little more?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, we'll try one. If you think it's not red enough, we'll add a little more. Okay. Now we're just going to take our apples. Let me get my pot holder. Now we have our aluminum foil with a little bit of wax paper. Okay, so So we want to cover the whole apple. Just like that. And then we're just going to let, you don't want to take too much off. You don't mind having a little skirt on the bottom. Okay, just set it down. I'll take another little guy. Just give him a spin. I want to see how I'm covering the stick a little bit. That'll help protect the apple. You can even give it a little scrape on the bottom there, if you don't want too much of a skirt.
Should we let that harden a little more? It looks a bit runny.
No, that's fine. I think the only reason why it looks like that is because it's not bright red. We could add a little bit more red food color into it. Or we could let it sit for a moment. You don't want a big fat coating of candy on your apple, I don't think. Maybe you do. I'm not sure. Let's add a little more red food coloring to this. See, now that it's calmed down a little bit, you can see better. Okay, so we'll add a little more right from the cap. Those, we didn't put the cinnamon red hots in, and they have a lot of red food coloring in them. I hate to tell you that, but they do. And at the same time, we're letting this cool down a little bit more for Michael. Michael helps me. Okay, I guess it's going to stay pretty hot for a while. See if this makes a difference. Okay. It's a little redder. If you just could scrape the bottom a little bit. You still want to have stuff there, but I think that's a little redder. What I've done, I'm going to dip one more apple, just because it's so much fun. Okay. So even the first one that we thought wasn't really very red is very, very pinky red. Okay, now what I've done is I've cut a few little tiny pieces of apple. I thought it would be fun just to dip. Have little teeny apple pieces if you don't want to eat a whole apple. Problem with these is you probably would need to eat them almost right away because I'm not sure. You're probably cooking the apple. This is pretty hot stuff. Okay. Make a nice long skinny one. Big apple. Don't try to tilt your container rather than sticking your hands in, because when you I learned this from caramel. If you get too close to the pot, I'll show you how to make a caramel apple at some point. And I'm not sure the best way to let this guy sit. Okay, now that we're done and they're cool, I'm just going to show you how you can wrap one up. I took a piece of cello. This is not saran wrap. This is cello, but you could use saran wrap, but it won't stick as much. This won't stick as much to your apple. So you just want to bring it up. It's like you're doing a basket. You know, kind of just bring up all the ends together. Whether or not you've done a basket before, but bring all the ends up. So they're all in there, because you want to make sure that it's pretty well sealed. Okay. And then I have red food coloring on my fingers. And then you just want to tie a little curly ribbon. Try to get your lengths about the same. Tie a little bow. Try to make it tight. You can fix it once it's done. And it'll put a little curl in it. Okay. My little scissors somewhere. And just do a little ends. You have to play with it a little bit. And it'll make a very pretty little display at a party or something. Okay? There you go. So hope you have fun making candy apples and when the weather gets cool and the apples start popping out on the trees, go to your farmer's market and pick out some pretty crunchy apples and go home and have some fun with them. Bye.